Recent media has highlighted the number of youth cases being dealt with in the youth court, with the opposition claiming that this is a result of a so-called increase in youth crime. This has been publicly disputed by the Police Commissioner, who disagrees that youth crime is worse than previous years. In response, the new Police Minister, the Honourable Stephen Mulligan MP, has ruled out raising the age of criminal responsibility and stated that the government was investing in police, courts and prisons rather than diversion and rehabilitation measures. South Australia's Guardian for Children and Young People, Shona Reid, has said the suggestion to strengthen laws for youth offenders will further criminalise children who instead need support. Last week, she told the National Indigenous Times that, and I quote, "We know that children and young people in youth justice have often experienced serious trauma and abuse in their lives. If they lose their way and are engaged in behaviours that make our communities unsafe, telling children that they bear all the responsibility is a cop-out." On the 20th of February this year, the Royal College of General Practitioners published an article reaffirming their support for raising the age of criminal responsibility to 14. Dr Tim Jones, who is the Chair of Specific Interest Child and Youth Persons Health, stated, "If we incarcerate our children, we are telling them we don't believe they are savable and that things don't get better. We know that children who are given appropriate support, who are provided with the ingredients they need to get ahead, are resourceful and will get there. We know that kids who go into the justice system tend not to exit it, and that's why this should be considered a health issue, or this is a health issue." My question to the Attorney-General, therefore, is why has the government caved in to the Liberal Party's scare campaign and ruled out raising the age of criminal responsibility? And what is the Malinowskis government doing to prevent kids from as young as 10 years old from entering the criminal justice system in the first place?
Call the Attorney-General.
I think the honourable member for his question, I might, in starting to answer the question, reflect very, very quickly on the rate of youth offending in South Australia. As the honourable member points out, there has been some concern, and any offending by anyone should be of a concern, and anything that impinges on public safety is of course a concern, but some comfort should be taken that in 2022-2023, the year of statistics that I have, that South Australia's rate of youth offending was the second lowest in the nation, only behind the Australian Capital Territory. I believe, and I'll double check, that the most common offence is breach of bail, which generally isn't an offence against a person or property. In relation to minimum age of criminal responsibility, I've made it very, very clear a number of times in this place and outside of this place that we remain open to looking at anything that can make the community safer. There was a discussion paper released a year ago. There'd previously been papers written that were under the auspices of the former Liberal government at a national level through the Standing Councils of Attorney General, looking at if the age was raised, what conditions you'd put in place. I note that certainly the Victoria and the ACT have gone down this path. Certainly we remain open to anything that makes the community safer. Raising the minimum age of criminal responsibility is not a policy that we've ever said we will support. As I said, we are open to looking at what could make the community safer and continuing to look at the evidence, but it's not a priority at this moment.